Hi, my name is Raquel and I am Bad School of Dance's owner and director, and I am also a contemporary dancer. This video today is aimed at complete beginners or even seasoned dancers who need a little bit of a reminder of basic positions with your arms, legs and feet, as well as just anything that you need to know before coming to contemporary class. Now for this today, all you need is a little bit of a square space. It could be in your house, could be just in your back garden, living room, anywhere. Okay, we are at our studio, so welcome and let's get started. Okay, so starting with the feet, okay, so we use mainly three different positions in contemporary: parallel, first, and second, okay? In order for you to find your parallel position, if you get your feet together like this and then open them essentially to first position, and then do that, you should be able to find your parallel, okay? So that should be completely aligned with your hips, okay? We've also got second, like that, parallel, okay? And then we've got open positions. First open and then second open as well, okay? So if you get your feet like this from parallel, you can find your first, you can find your second, or you can just go parallel second, okay? Hope that makes sense. Now, in terms of if we were to do a plie from this position, just make sure that you're aligned with your hips so that your knees don't cave in like this. Make sure that you make it really, you made a conscious decision basically for your knees to be aligned with your feet always, okay? So we do that in parallel. We also do it in first, okay? So just make sure that your knees aren't caving in or out, okay? They're completely aligned with your toes. And then same thing on your second position, okay? So that's kind of the basic of your legs and feet, okay? Now, moving on to the arms, we also have a kind of similar position with the arms that we have with the feet. So we kind of have kind of like a parallel position where your arm's not really doing much. They're just kind of like either forward or on the side or up or just by the sides here or on your hips, okay, depending on what you're doing with your feet and with your legs, okay? Now, in terms of where the positions are, so you've got first position here. Check out our ballet video for basic positions. It explains in a lot more depth what this is, okay? So first position, then you've also got sort of like kind of here to your belly button, you've got it to the side, you've got it up by your ears, and then down. Quite a lot of the times we'll move through all of these positions, okay? Now, in terms of where your arms are and what your hands are doing, in order for them not to be like this, I just want you to kind of loose them up a little bit. So give them a shake, okay? And then place them on your sides, okay? Now here, this is your second position. What you want to avoid is to bring them up or keep them down. This never really happens. It's mainly here. And you also need to be really careful of doing this and poking your chest forward, okay? So what you want basically, and to make sure that you are in the right position, just look straight ahead of you and then use your peripheral vision, okay? Bring your arms slightly forward and then wiggle your fingers, okay? If you can see your fingers through your peripheral vision whilst looking forward, then you are in the right position, okay? If you can't see them, then your chest is poking out and you're completely disaligned. And if you bring them forward way too much, then this is not it, okay? So you want to kind of be there and then up, kind of similar, but you're not really going to see them through your peripheral vision, okay? What you don't want to do when you bring your arms up is bring your shoulders with them, okay? So you want to take a breath, bring your shoulders down, okay? To make sure that you're not bringing them up, you need to do the opposite of what is correct. So bring your arms up, bring your shoulders all the way up to your ears, loads of tension, and then breath down, bring them down, okay? And then do that and be really conscious of what your shoulders are doing. The difference would be doing this or doing this. This hurts a lot more than this as well. So you want to be here, okay? So that's kind of like your basic positions. Okay, now moving on to our spine and our hips. So it's just being conscious of what you're doing here. So little disclaimer, there's a few contemporary techniques that we can do, like Cunningham, Graham, release technique. I do a little bit of everything. So this fully depends on whatever exercise you're doing, but just be really wary of where your spine is and what it's doing. So in ballet, quite a lot of the times our spine is really straight and we're keeping this in and turned out through these muscles and all of that. In contemporary, don't really think of that too much because it's a little bit more free. And so a lot of the times you'll see contemporary dancers moving their spine in kind of weird ways. Okay, so what I want you to think about first things first is to free your spine. Okay, so in terms of how you're going to do that, if you just think about a ball of energy coming all the way up and down to where your spine is, okay, and if you start moving that ball of energy down through your spine, you can really start to feel every single vertebrae, okay? So if you exaggerate that and actually start thinking maybe of the imagery of a snake, your spine then should get a little bit more loose and free, okay? So do that to warm up. And then in terms of where your spine is, so a lot of the times we'll go down like this, we'll do this position in contemporary. So a lot of the times we'll, on our way up, we'll want to bend our knees and come up with our head last, okay? So what you want to avoid usually is going like this, okay? Because that will just get you in the wrong position. It will send your hips forward. So what you want is to be down and then you want to tuck your basically your spine in and then come up through every single vertebrae. Your head is last, okay? If you wanted to do the opposite of that and go down and then bend your spine up, I guess, stretch it, I don't know. This is a really weird position to be in as well. Anyways, so if you want to be here, then you're going to always cave it in and your head is always last every single time, okay? If you're just doing a stretch, here, there, however, you're going to bend your knees, bring your spine up. That's your last thing is your head, okay? We're just going to do a couple basic floor work positions as well, because in contemporary we do loads of floor work. So your main position that you'll want to be in is always in this kind of, I don't know what you call it, it's kind of like a baby shape, I guess. So if you're kind of on the floor, kind of want to keep your legs kind of always connected to the floor and your upper body as well, okay? And if you wanted to do any kind of movement on the floor, what you want to do is you want to keep yourself quite connected to the floor, okay? So you want to come to this baby position and then to the other side as well, baby position, okay? So if you can see what my arms are doing, they're keeping connected with the floor, same as my legs, okay? So here, okay? And then if you wanted to come up, you can come to this position here, which is a bit of an attitude, this position here, that's kind of your basic of your basic, okay? If you wanted to come from the floor and come up like I just did, you're gonna come to that baby position, then find this attitude here, and then go on the floor again, find that attitude. So do that a couple of times, and you will get a feel for it, okay? Thank you so much for watching, and do check out our website for more contemporary and ballet classes.